Hey everybody, Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and I'm here reviewing for you guys TLC 2016 review. This is TLC, but this is a SmackDown pay-per-view. So this is SmackDown's third pay-per-view this year, and to cap off the year off with SmackDown's TLC. So I want to give my thoughts about this pay-per-view. It's a mixed bag. This was a very mixed bag. I have my opinion. I just want to say this right now. I have my own opinions. Everybody has a right to their own opinions. As long as you're not calling me, a fag or a cuck or anything stupid like that. It's okay if you disagree with me in the comments. I'm going to check over comments. Some of you guys are probably going to think twice on some of my personal opinions. I think there's maybe one match in my mind I think a lot of people might have iffy thoughts on. But we'll see what happens when we get there. Right now, I want to go ahead and talk about the show and the raid afterwards. So the opener, I believe it was Rhino Heath Slater versus Randy Orton Bray Wyatt. I would probably say the spot of the night was when Heath Slater tried to go for a sunset flip over the top rope, and then Randy Orton caught him with a power slam. I thought that was cool. The match ended very quick, in my opinion. It just kind of ended abruptly. I kind of wish this match was a little bit longer, honestly. In my honest opinion, I honestly wish this match was longer. And a little bit more drama to it, but the crowd was kind of dead on it until the ending, which Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt win. And I'm going to say this right now. I am not mad at Randy Orton as a champion. Because one, it's a tag team champion. And two, Bray Wyatt's also a champion. So Bray Wyatt is finally a champion, which we've been begging for. But it's a tag team title. My only gripe with that is the fact Bray Wyatt's first championship is a tag team championship. But who knows? They could probably build this up to make him a bigger name. But it's about time at least Bray Wyatt has a championship. At this point, I don't think anybody cared at this point about championship as long as he was a champion. So I'm fine with him being a champion. Nothing against Slater or Rhino, but they kind of became an afterthought for a while. Like nobody was really paying attention to them. I don't think it was really their fault. It's just how WWE was kind of portraying them. They weren't really utilizing them properly. While Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, they've been feuding for months and months, and then they build this up where they're a team and they're over with the crowd. The crowd's into this storyline. Plus, with rumors about Orton possibly turning on Bray Wyatt, this indicates more of, it's more storytelling, and it's a tactic we can get behind now. And it continues a story that they're doing, and putting the championships on it makes us pay attention to those titles now because they're on Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, because we all know Orton's going to turn on the Wyatt family. We just don't know when. So now our eyes are on the tag team champions, which are now Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, which is a good thing. So again, I'm happy for Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Match itself, nothing special. It was just a TV match. It was too short, in my opinion. I think it should have gone a little bit longer, maybe like 5-6 minutes. A little bit more drama, but that's just my opinion right there. Next match, Nikki Bella versus Carmella. No disqualification. Okay. There's a couple problems with this. They advertise this as a no disqualification, anything goes. So there's no disqualifications, but yet there were countouts. When was this rule applied? I thought no disqualification meant no disqualifications and no countouts. There were no countouts and no disqualification match. In fact, the only other time they did that was with, I think it was with Curtis Axel and John Cena on Raw back in 2013. And even back then, it was stupid. You kind of limited the women in this match. That you could have made them fight all around the arena, but no, you have to have countouts? It was stupid. And then the ending, you see Nikki Bella use fire extinguisher, hair finisher, TKO, I believe they call it. And then it just ended like that. It ended randomly, in my opinion. Carmella should have went over. Because we know Nikki's an over person already. She won against Carmella No Mercy, so you think they would give it the win to Carmella this time. But they didn't. They gave it to Nikki Bella. Not fun of that. They should have given it to Carmella. Have that new heel continue kind of maybe go on her own path. But they don't. And it just ended like that. And it wasn't like the match wasn't anything special. It was just like they used a candlestick and fire extinguisher, and that was it. But they could have done better. Like I kind of wish this match was longer too, and I kind of wish it did a little bit more, because the crowd was just like, on this match. Nikki Bella wins, and that's pretty much it. We don't know where this is going to go now. All we know is this feud, for now, is over. So I don't know what they're going to do with Carmella. What are they going to do with her? Are they going to put her on Raw, or are they going to put her with somebody else? I don't know. But I know for a fact they're going to probably do Nikki Bella and Natalya next. I believe that's going to be the next women's feud, for obvious reasons. So that's my prediction there. So the match wasn't anything special, and the ending kind of just felt. It was almost the same feeling as like the Charlotte and Sasha Banks match in Hell in a Cell. It just didn't feel right. Like the ending just didn't feel right. It wasn't just the result that was mad. That was just like, what? But it was how it ended. It was just like a weird, unimpressive, unimaginative way of winning. Now next match. Okay, this is the match. All right, guys. This is it. This is the one where I need to talk about. Okay. Remember in the beginning of this video, I said some people are going to have opinions. And I have my own opinions. It's okay to have different opinions. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't insult me saying, oh, I don't know anything, or anything like that. This is the match I'm talking about. I hate to say this, but the next match, it was Dolph Ziggler versus Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. It was kind of boring. I'm sorry to say, it was kind of boring. Everybody expected this match to be match of the night. You think with a liar match stipulation, you think this two would have had a great match. But honestly, I was kind of like, come on, pick up the pace, or come on, do something else, or bring out a liar, come on, let's go. They didn't do that. And don't get me wrong, there was drama in it. That was good. But we expected a ladder match, and they only used 2 ladders, and they didn't use the ladder that much. I mean, literally the first 6 minutes of the match was just them punching, kicking each other. They didn't use ladders until later on. And then when they did, they only had 2 ladders used out of all the ladder, out of the entire match. It was just weird. Miz won was not the reason I was mad. The reason I was mad was because this match wasn't that good. I honestly felt like this match was boring. And I know a lot of people have disagreements. I've been on Twitter. I follow some people, and they've said that fire match was great. It was a good match. But in my opinion, it was boring. It was just slow and boring. They didn't really do anything. I mean, I would say the spots was the power bomb off the top rope and then onto the ladder by the Miz. The knee tumbler or the knee breaker, slamming Ziggler's knee into the ladder was kind of cool. I can't remember much. The only thing I remember is Miz winning. I'm sorry, there was nothing. I would probably say this was the worst match they've done on this feud, and it was a ladder match. You think with a ladder match, this would be their best match. But no, I wasn't impressed. I was like, ladder match is like, oh, this is gonna be a great match. Can't wait. And then I watched and I'm like, pick up the pace. Come on, pick up the pace. Okay, I'm waiting for more ladders. And I didn't get that. You know, some people have different opinions on that. You know, if you like it, if you really like this match, you know, I'm not gonna call you stupid. I'm not gonna call you idiots. It's your opinion. If you like this match, that's fine. Okay. In my personal opinion, I thought it was boring. I thought it was uncreative. I thought it was slow. And it felt like it dragged on at times. I was just like waiting for it to. It was slow at start, so I was thinking, oh, okay, it's going to get better. It's going to get quicker. It's going to get better. It's going to be more impactful. And the crowd wasn't even into that much. Again, there's a few spots that were good. I made the crowd kind of go, you, yeah. But for most of them, they were quiet. I'm sorry to say, it's just a fact when it came to the crowd was not into it as much. Again, it's just my opinion that I honestly think this match wasn't that great. Was it the worst ladder match I've ever seen? No. I've seen worse ladder matches, trust me. I've seen quite a few bad ladder matches, all right? This was not the worst ladder match I've seen, but it was definitely one of the most boring. And that's really sad to do when you for ladder matches when you're bored of a ladder match. But it's just fact, in my opinion, it was boring. And these guys should have torn it up. But what are you gonna do? So now with the Miz winning, I don't know what they're gonna do now. I have no idea what they're gonna do because this was their final match, supposedly. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I can make a prediction that probably Miz will be in the Royal Rumble. So he probably won't defend the IC title at the Royal Rumble. I heard they're bringing back the Elimination Chamber. I don't know if it's going to go to Raw or SmackDown. If it goes to SmackDown, I can see Miz being inside the chamber as like contender for the World Championship. And then on WrestleMania, they do the ladder match, the traditional ladder match, 7-way ladder match for the IC title. But then there's speculation they might do Daniel Bryan and The Miz. I have no idea what they're going to do with that. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with The Miz now. Yeah. Let's see. Next match, chairs match. It was Baron Corbin defeating Kalisto. I'm going to say this right now. I hate the chairs match. I think everybody can agree with me on that. The chairs match is one of the stupidest concepts ever. Chairs are legal. Why call it chairs match? It's just a stupid name, a stupid stipulation. You can use chairs as weapons. Why not just make this a no disqualification match? So they can use more than just chairs. Thankfully, in my opinion, this was the best chairs match ever. But that's not saying much. Every chairs match has been boring, but this one actually had some build-up to it. Some decent build-up. Let's see, you had the freaking that big slam that Baron Corbin does. I forgot what he calls it. The signature move onto the outside of the padding. I thought that was a cool spot. Baron Corbin going through the lined up of chairs. I thought was pretty cool. And then the ending was actually pretty cool too, where Kalisto got caught in the end of days, and then end of days onto the pile of chairs. I'm not gonna lie, I watched the entire thing. I was entertained. I'm not gonna say it was the best match of the night. No, I'm not saying that. But in terms of chairs matches that I've seen, it was definitely the best chairs match ever. And that's saying something. Despite all these chairs matches we've had, we hate this chairs match stipulation. Thank God they didn't bring back the stairs match. God, I hate that stipulation probably even more. But chairs matches, get rid of them. We don't like them. Good. You did a decent match with the chairs match, but do not do any more. I'm sick of these chairs matches. They're stupid. They're just stupid. I don't like them. Nobody does. They're pointless stipulation. Next match, we got the tables match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. This match wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna say it was a great match. Again, this is my opinion. I was never a fan of tables match. It's just I was never a fan. Even when the Dudleys were around, I was never a fan of the tables match. It was put your opponent through the table and then that's it. Cool, I guess. Like table matches could be pretty boring. I mean, I will honestly say they're one of my least favorite stipulations. I hate table matches. I don't like it. The only way I'd be interested in a tables match, it was a flaming table match. That would literally be it. But I don't like playing table matches because they're not really innovative. They're kind of just like, before this match, though, it was actually not too bad. They did some cool spots. They did some teases in the match. I'm willing to bet everybody's surprised right now. I think we can all agree the walkout champion, but deep down inside we were kind of hoping Alexa Bliss would win, but we're thinking she won't win. There's no way they'll have Alexa win. They actually have her win. Alexa Bliss in a power bombing Becky onto a table on the outside, and Alexa's now the new women's champion. I'm totally fine with it. I'm just surprised. I honestly thought they were just going to let Becky have the championship and just go forward, but instead they gave it to Alexa. I'm actually quite surprised. I'm actually speechless. And that wasn't shot like, fuck this. I'm happy for Alexa. I'm just surprised they gave her the title so early. I figured they'd wait for a while before they finally threw the belt on her. But they did. They just said, screw it, throw the title on her now. It definitely shocked a lot of fans, I'll tell you that. As soon as she hit the powerbomb through the table, everybody was like, Ivan was like, wait, no. The bell rings, and here's your winner, new champion. I was like, oh, okay. I was shocked. That's all I have to say. I was shocked, but not that way. I was happy she won. I kind of wish, though, Becky did hold the title a little bit longer. That's my only gripe. But I am happy Alexa Bliss Alexa Bliss won the championship. And it wasn't a bad tables match either. The only downside is I kind of wish there were a little bit more tables added. I'm not saying that every table had to be, every table had to break, but they only used 2 tables. I kind of wish they brought at least a few more to add that table match feeling, but instead it was just like, no, it was just a normal match because we saw the referee, saw the 2 women, and then no tables were out. The entire match only brought in 2 tables. So it was a little underwhelming there, but it wasn't a bad match. I'm not saying it was a garbage match. It was fine, but the result was shocking. So good job, Alexa Bliss, on that. So I'm glad you're champion now. Next match, the main event. Hands down match of the night. Bar none. Match of the night. AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose, tables, ladders, and chairs match. First of all, thank God they went back to the traditional route of you had to climb the ladder to retrieve the title. I was getting so sick of you had to win by pinfall or submission to win. I mean, the first time they did it was cool. It was a cool concept. But then we did it with Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. It was stupid because it didn't feel like a TLC match. It felt like a street fight. So they gave it the final proper introduction, and it wasn't boring and stupid like Reigns and Dean or Sheamus last year, where that match no one cared. This match was great. This was a great match. One of the best TLC matches I've seen in a long time. Hands down, no comparison. Spots. Freaking Dean Ambrose tossing AJ into the pile of chairs, which was sick. Like he literally, like AJ was trying to go for a suplex on the chairs, and Ambrose was like he literally just. It was like he was gonna go like counter, just do that, but instead he didn't just put him like he didn't just counter like do like a on his stomach or something in chairs. He literally grabbed him and it just chucked him and did like a 180 and landed on his back. Damn, it looked like that sucked. Another spotlight is where D'Ambrose set up the ladder on the announce table, and he did diving elbow through AJ Styles through the table. I thought that was cool. But by far, spot of the night, the hands down spot of the night, one of the best spot of the night, not just in the match, but the entire night period. Ambrose is on the outside announced on the table. AJ does a springboard 450, spot on perfect. A spot on perfect 450 onto D'Ambrose through a table on the outside, and that was amazing. I love that spot. They could have screwed it up so bad, and it was perfect. It was perfect landing, perfect position, perfect impact, and everybody was like, shit. And we wonder why we love AJ Styles. You wonder why people like me are fans of AJ Styles. You wonder why we respect the guy as a wrestler. And you wonder why we're such big fans of him. Is because he does shit like that. That's just only one of the many reasons why we like AJ. One of the reasons I've always been a fan of this is when he did stuff like this. And trust me, when going to this match, I knew AJ was going to tear up in this match. Unless you watched, if you didn't watch TNA, then you had no idea what AJ was going to do. But I watched TNA. He's done stuff like this in TLC matches. I remember clearly. I believe it was a Turning Point. So fatal 4-way ladder match for the Battle for Glory series. It was AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels versus Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. If I remember correctly, I think this was 2012. AJ literally jumped from the rope. I think Samoa Joe was about to get it. AJ comes out of nowhere, does a springboard. And I believe he springboarded onto a ladder and then grabbed it and just hopped off the ladder. Grabbed Samoa Joe just like, you have to find that match. Search up that match. It was like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Christopher Daniels, in a fatal 4-way ladder match. You could find it, and the ending was awesome. So I knew AJ was going to tear her up in that match. Now, there was a lot of speculation coming around. I read on the internet that they were planning to turn James Ellsworth heel. I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, whatever. It's just a rumor. We see James Ellsworth come out. Looks like Ambrose is going to win the title. James Ellsworth turns heel by pushing the ladder, pushing Ambrose off the ladder through 2 tables, and AJ retains the title. Well, first of all, yes, AJ's still champion, and James Ellsworth now is heel, so I have no idea what they're going to do now. Honestly, James Ellsworth's heel, and they're probably going to do something with Ambrose. I have no idea what they're going to do. I have no idea what they're going to do. I mean, if they do Ambrose and James Ellsworth feud, for the love of God, you have to make James Ellsworth a serious competitor now. If you're really gonna do this feud, you gotta treat James Ellsworth like a wrestler, like back when he was doing Independence, where he's treated as a wrestler, not this local jobber. Because otherwise, the feud's just not gonna work. It's just gonna be awkward. That's the only thing I've seen. Now with AJ's champion, now I think it's almost gonna come full circle. Because I heard rumors about we're going to get AJ versus The Undertaker at Royal Rumble, which is a match I would love to see. But personally, I'd rather see that title match at WrestleMania. And that being Undertaker's final match. I would take that. But, they want to make Royal Rumble one of the most watched Royal Rumbles in history. So having a match like Undertaker versus AJ Styles for the title of Royal Rumble, it makes sense to a sense. But I just personally would rather see that match at Mania. But AJ's champion, the match was great. I enjoyed it. A lot of cool spots. James Ellsworth's healed. AJ's still champion. Now, one more thing I got to nitpick before I get onto the comments is I don't like the ropes being white. I noticed that during, I think it was like the women's match. It was Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch for the title. And I just noticed the ropes were white. I wasn't paying attention, but the ropes were white, and I hated that. And some of you guys are thinking, well, the blue ropes won't work on the red and the white and everything. But if you look at other SmackDown pay-per-views, you have pay-per-views like Judgment Day and No Mercy, and the ropes were blue during those pay-per-views. So if those pay-per-views could have the blue ropes, even though Way Out had the blue ropes, and those pay-per-views were like gray and black. Judgment Day sometimes was orange and stuff like that. So there was no excuse for why not making a ropes blue. That's just more of a nitpick for me personally. That doesn't mean like it ruined the entire show. It was just a nitpick. So let me, before I rate the show, let me go ahead. Let's go over to the comments. And let's see here if I can get to the comments. So if I could get to the comments here. Just give me a sec, guys. I'm just trying to get this comments thing going. Okay, here we go. There's some comments now. So, excuse me. So we got Neil Space 8. What Presto? How you doing? It was a skippable pay-per-view for me. I can understand why. Aaron saying hello. Jack saying, hey, President, it's me from the Pet Peace video. How you doing? Neil Space said, my only highlight was Ellsworth getting booed before the ending. That was kind of funny. Neil Space says, Miz sucks. I was never a big fan of The Miz personally. I never really liked him, but he has gotten better as a athlete, in my opinion, this year. He's been way better on the mic. He's been better used, so I give him props to that. But out of that, Miz will never be one of my favorites, but he has definitely improved. Jackson, I agree with The Miz. Miz fucking sucks. Again, I agree, but he has improved as an athlete, as a character this year. You gotta give him credit for at least that. That doesn't mean Miz is one of my favorites. No, he'll never be. Miz sucks. Okay. No space. I never understood these matches, chair matches and Senior Board Kane. I never understood them either. It was just one weapon you can use. You might as well just make this a no disqualification match or done something different. I don't get these stipulations. They're stupid. Alexa Bliss is a silver child. Not surprised. Well, the funny thing is, Alexa Bliss wasn't really used that well in NXT. She was kind of just like thrown in there. So the fact they did this, which I'm not complaining about, I'm fine with Alexa Bliss winning. She's actually one of my favorites. I'm just surprised it gave her the title so soon. I mean, there was that hint. I was thinking she might have won, but I didn't actually expect her to actually win. Thoughts on the Emelina character? I don't like it. I think she needs to go. Well, first of all, I haven't really seen her actually in the ring yet as Emelina, so I can't really judge. But Emelina right now reminds me of Eva Marie, and that's not a good thing. The only difference is Emma can actually wrestle. I just prefer Emma coming back as the heel Emma. I don't want her as Emelina. I want her as Emma, the heel Emma. I enjoyed the pay-per-view, and I thought it was really good. Will Ferner one says, the pay-per-view was 50-50 for me. Like, the first half, I would say, was very dull, and then the last half actually started getting good. Wilford says, how long do you see Miz holding on to the IC title? As of right now, I can probably see Miz holding it till Mania, and he'll lose it at Mania. That's what I'm gonna guess. Okay. Also, non-WWE question: did you see the ROH Final Battle? I did. I did see most of it. I thought it was a pretty solid show for what I saw. Young Bucks will always be my favorite tag team currently in any wrestling organization. I love those guys. Kyle O'Reilly ended up winning, which might be indication. Al Cole might be going to WWE, which I would be fine with. So yeah, Broken Matt Hardy. The Cody Rhodes match I thought was a little bit kind of a letdown, but Cody Rhodes turned heel, which was awesome and very shocking. So I thought it was an alright show. Well, do you think of Shane McMahon versus Dean versus WrestleMania 30? I don't know why you're thinking that. Again, I would not like it'd be very weird. Um, if you want to do that match in the near future, I wouldn't mind, but not WrestleMania. WrestleMania needs to be something special, and doing that match would just be a little weird. Neil Space said, "Have you seen 205 live?" I watched part of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of bored. But I did hear about Rich Swann becoming the new cruiserweight champion, which Mitch has also discussed on his channel, and I agree that it was stupid giving the belt to him. I don't hate Rich Swann, but he was not ready yet. They literally just gave the belt to Brian Kendrick, wanted to have him lose on Rich Swann. In my opinion, the only reason they did that is so they can get ratings and to get viewership on the show. And in my opinion, that's just stupid. They should have taken their time with Rich Swann to have him improve on his mic skills and his character instead of just giving him the title. I mean, it was a little just random. It felt random to me. So far, no more. Okay, Neo Space Ace kind of goes back to my question. Who should Undertaker face at Mania? Who I really want is Sting. I want Undertaker versus Sting. That's still the one match I want to see at WrestleMania. But Sting being retired currently, if it's anybody currently, I'd rather see AJ Styles. If I'm not going to get Sting Taker, I want I want Taker and AJ Styles. The Phenom versus the Phenomenal for the WWE Championship. And if Undertaker won, I would not complain. Because then that means they can have him, Taker hold the title for 24 hours, have him surrender the title maybe on SmackDown, and then they can do a big old tournament to determine who's going to become the vacant champion. They can crown new champion at the next SmackDown pay-per-view in May, which I think that would be a cool idea to do, is have a tournament for the vacant title. So me personally, I would like to see Sting and Taker go at. That's a dream match of mine I've wanted to see. But if we're not going to get that, I'd rather see AJ and Undertaker at Mania. The only cruiserweight I care about is my man, Arya Daivari. I like Daivari too. I've always been a big fan of Muhammad Hassan. He was one of my favorites. I liked him. He's one of my favorite mouthpieces, I like to say. He was a great worker too. Daivari, I really like. TJ Perkins is one of my favorites. I like him. Say what you want about him. I'm not going to say, oh, he's got the greatest mic skills, because no, his mic skills are not good at all. They need work on, but I do like TJ Perkins. Big fan of his. Brian Kendrick, I like him. He's pretty cool. Tony Nese, I'm a big fan of. I love Tony Nese. The guy is extremely athletic, and he looks like world champion material. And I think it's only a matter of time before they give the belt to him. Which one, again, I think he's a good athlete, but he's not one of my favorites. Cedric Alexander, I like him. Again, he just needs a character. I've watched him since ROH, and the guy's a great athlete. So I really liked him. So right now, TJ Perkins is still my favorite cruiserweight. However, I do admit his mic skills are terrible. I'm not going to lie about that. But I do like Daivari too, and I would like to see Daivari become a champion in the near future. That is if they start using the cruiserweights right and stop treating them like jokes. So I'll give some of you guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, Will Vero just commented, but I'm gonna let some more people comment and ask questions and stuff. In a little bit, I'm just gonna continue talking for a little bit. Hopefully, I'll get a few more questions or comments. Excuse me. So overall, this pay-per-view was 50-50. I'll probably give it like a 5.5 out of 10. That's the best I'm going to give it. Next, the first half of the show was really dull and boring and uninventive. In the last half of the show, I thought was solid, where the chairs match was actually watchable. The tables match was actually not bad. And then the main event was great. That's what I liked about it. So I would probably say a 5.5 out of 10. Definitely not the worst TLC pay-per-view. I would say the crown jewel for that would probably be last year's, because that pay-per-view was terrible. It was so bad I didn't even watch the main event. I was just talking with my friend Brandon. I'm not joking. I was just talking to my friend Brandon, and that was it. I did not care about that match. Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. I hated that. So I guess I'll go back to the comments and questions now. If anybody else has any more. So Will Ferrell says, I'm glad the commentators stopped talking about Twitter and called the matches now. They have been getting a lot better now commentating matches, but there's still times where they'll just talk randomly, like they'll argue with themselves and not calling matches, which is still stupid. You know, clearly they need to watch Lucha Underground and Ring of Honor and actually call the matches instead of fucking arguing and talking about Twitter. I mean, they've gotten slightly better, but not by much. I mean, they still need to call the matches. In fact, the only time they actually call the matches mainly is on pay-per-views. On Raw SmackDowns, they barely do that. They just go, yeah, you know, Charlotte's the daughter of Ric Flair, and you should bow down to the queen, Michael Cole. But Charlotte continues to cheat. That's all she does. And Byron Saxton just looks ridiculous, you know? Pajamas, it's just stupid. They still promote the network for the $9.99 mangle. And that's still a fact. They still mangle that down your throats. It's funny, actually. They still do that. I wanted to bet $1 million that every time they say that, they're just like, I think the fans know what the number is now. I don't think they need a reminder, but Vince keeps telling them, you gotta help promote, you gotta help promote. We need those viewers. The more you continue to shove this down our throats, the more we're not going to get it, all right? You can't stop promoting it, or at least as much. You gotta do it like very rarely. You can't just do it all the time. It gets repetitive. Okay, here comes Fafa Fui, one of my favorite fans. I just got home. Is this pay-per-view worth watching? Again, if you weren't here, I give this pay-per-view about 5.5 out of 10. It was not good, but it wasn't like the worst. I would say this pay-per-view was definitely better than last year's TLC. Like I said, the first half of the matches were pretty underwhelming, but the last 3 matches were picked up. So it was like a 50-50 show. But the Styles match was the saving grace, in my opinion, for that. So if you're curious about that. So if you want to watch it for yourself, that's fine. I'm not going to force you. But that's just my opinion right there. Plus, if you have the network, you know, it's free, you know, technically. So, okay. Are you doing live reactions when Reigns wins? I'm not doing live reactions for Roadblock at all. Roadblock, you kiss my ass. And if Reigns wins, I'm not doing a live reaction, but I am going to make a rant video. And I'm going to do another RRR video, if you remember that video. So if Reigns does win the Universal title, you're going to expect freaking over the top, freaking pissed off Preston if that happens. No reaction, but you're going to get a review from it. And you're going to get a rant. So you better pray WWE doesn't have Reigns win, or else you're going to see the side of me you don't like. Baron Corbin, I don't get him. What are your thoughts on him? Ever since the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I was like, oh, cool, they give it to the young guy. But then I realized, oh, it's the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He's not going to go anywhere. He wasn't really doing anything. He was kind of just floating around for a while. Until recently, he started doing this feud with Kalisto. And, I mean, it's not bad. And Baron Corbin's fine getting TV time. I don't hate Baron Corbin. I mean, he's a pretty decent-sized athlete. And I like his aggressiveness character to him. He's very aggressive and power hungry. Kind of reminds me of like a younger Brock Lesnar when he was a beast and he destroyed people. Not trying to compare him to Brock Lesnar, but he has that same mean mentality. But if you ask me, like, do you think he'll be world champion? He could be a world champion, but they need more time with him. They can't just be like, okay, here's your title now. It won't work. You have to build him up a little bit more. Maybe build him up for like another year. Maybe if he wins Money in the Bank or something, then it'll make a little bit more sense. But you need to start building him up a little bit more. And who knows? Maybe he can become an Intercontinental champion. That'll be a good start for him. I mean, I don't hate Corbin. but they need to do a lot more with him before they do anything else. Theo Space says, except some nostalgia critic or crazy anger, and assuming if Reigns wins, LOL. Oh, I'm glad you got that reference. And I want to say this right now, guys. I overreact because of guys like the Angry Video Game Nostalgia Critic. Okay, it's true. I hate Roman Reigns, but I overreact because it gets views. Okay, Angry Video Game Nerd, Nostalgia Critic, they all overreact on movies. Like for example, freaking Angry Video Game Nerd, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You know, he considers that the worst video game. I mean, in real life, he hates the game, but when he plays as his character, the Angry Video Game Nerd, he just lashes out, just spews out a bunch of crap and just yelling, tossing shit around. That's how I like to portray myself. Okay, I take that yelling experience and overreacting to stuff like that. So in real life, I don't like Reigns. I think he's garbage. Same to Eva Marie. But when I yell, it's more for overreactions to get viewership and to get sometimes people to laugh. And I have done that in the past. So that's why I do it. So if Reigns wins, I am going to be mad. But it's going to be more, but I'm going to be more overactive. So I just want to throw that out the window. I don't watch SmackDown as much as Raw, but how is American Alpha doing? Is SmackDown the better show? SmackDown's by far the better show. When it comes to pay-per-views, when it comes to using their talent, SmackDown may only have like a handful of roster guys, but they do better stories and better matches with them. The women's division only, even though they have 6, I'm not counting Eva Marie. Eva Marie can go fuck herself. With only 6 women's athletes, they try to use all of them to their best ability. While Raw, they just use like 2 or 3 at most, which is kind of sad. In the tag team division, there's so many different tag teams. And American Alpha is still good, but they're on a pre-show. I'm willing to bet Moon and Bucks probably American Alpha is going to be the one to take the titles off Orton and Bray Wyatt. I think that's going to be my prediction there. American Alpha will win the tag titles next. That's my prediction. What's your favorite Nostalgia Craig and AVGN episodes? Oh, okay. Going a little bit more on Nostalgia Craig. I know my answer is Nostalgia Craig. One of my favorites was Congo. I thought that was hilarious. There's another Nostalgia Craig I really like was The Man of Steel. I thought that one was very good. Trying to think what else for a Nostalgia Craig. I know there's more. I mean, there's a lot I've watched with him that I thought were hilarious, and I kind of agree with him on. I can't think of any more. That's the sad thing. I know there's ones I've watched so many times with Nostalgia Craig, and they're funny. In AVGN, the Bugs Bunny ones, whether it's Crazy Castle or Bugs Bunny's birthday blowout. Godzilla, because I'm a big Godzilla fan, so that was fun. Action 52 was a hilarious one. I liked the Castlevania series one. Those were very good. Dick Tracy was a fun one to watch too. There's a lot when it comes to Angry Video Game Nerd. But if you want my personal opinion, Angry Video Game Nerd, in my opinion, I like his videos a lot better. But Nostalgia Critic because he reviews movies, and I'm more of a movie guy rather than a gamer. So I just want to throw that out the window. I'm more of a fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd, but I'm more into movies, if that makes sense. So that's why I like Nostalgia Critic a lot. Let's see here. And don't worry, I'll maybe do another Q&A or something. If you want to ask that question again, you can. I got to think of Nostalgia Critic. Let's see. Papa Food says, your live reactions are better because they're real. After the pay-per-view, you just have time to calm down so your fans don't get the genuine reaction if it's not as good. Again, I'm saying this right now, and Mitch will back me up because he knows this fact. I borrow the live reactions from wrestling gurus, from Global Smith Entertainment. Reactions because of them. If it weren't for them, there will be no live reactions. There would never be live reactions. I do the live reactions because I think it's fun, because it gets viewership, And because you get to see how I feel on the pay-per-view. So you get to see how I'm feeling throughout the entire show. So that way after review, it's not like, yeah, I thought this match was great, but we watched the match. For example, when it came to WrestleMania 32, you could tell how happy I was when Zack Ryder won the championship. When I was talking about the review, I was like, Zack Ryder's champion, I'm happy. But when you see the live reaction, you can see how happy I was. So you get to see more expression out of it. And that's what I like about live reactions, and they're a lot of fun to do. But I'm not going to do them all the time because then I get bored of it. So I only do them on certain days. For example, like the bigger events like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, some pay-per-views like that. Money in the Bank, for example. But that's why I do live reactions, maybe because of the wrestling viewers, and plus Mitch doesn't have the balls anymore to do live reactions on wrestling pay-per-view. So yeah, I just do what he can't do anymore. Burn. Are your allergies better now? I get allergies from time to time. I feel fine at the moment, but allergies are allergies. They're gonna happen. I mean, when I go to work tomorrow, I'm probably gonna get like a little bit of a runny nose. I'm gonna probably get stuff in my eye. It's just that time of weather sometimes, especially if you're working outside half the day in a certain area where it's a little bit dusty. It's just bound to happen. So for now, I'm getting better. Wilford says, I don't like Reigns either, and I got mad when he injured my idol, Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon I love, and I do. A lot of people will defend Reigns. So, it's Shane McMahon's fault. It's both on their fault. Shane was the one that decided to take the move, but then it was Reigns' fault because he aimed too high. Shane was bigger. Keep in mind, he did the same move to AJ Styles not once but twice. And he did perfectly, and he's a smaller guy. So you think with Shane, since he's bigger, you think it would be no problem. It's like he had to fucking give him a concussion. So yeah, I was like, I admit I was like, of course, but it was kind of cool. But then when I saw Shane was here, I was like, oh, fuck you, Reigns. And yet they're still pushing me a title shot. Makes sense to me. So if you injure the boss's son, you get a title shot. Yeah. So you're telling me that's all I have to do is so you're telling me if I were to slap Stephanie McMahon in the face right now, that I could become champion? Then sign me up, right? Whoever another one says, whatever happened to Christian? Whatever Christian. Wow. Okay, I did not know you knew that. Kind of surprised you never Rhea on that. I thought you did. If you didn't know, he was released from WWE. It was like the beginning of this year. It was either the beginning of this year or last year. I think it was actually last year. I think they released Christian last year. Yeah, I was mad. I honestly thought he was already released until they announced that he was officially released. And I was like, so you're telling me this entire time Christian could wrestle, but they decided just to release him? That still made me mad to this day. Christian was one of my idols growing up, and he deserved a lot better. P.S. He was a lot better at TNA, and that's just a fact. Neil Space said, will he retire? Will he retire? Yeah, so there's your answer there. To me, this is wrestling is fucking gay. Well, good for you. That's a nice opinion. This guy looks like a pedophilia. Well, you look like a whore, so joke's on you. Will Furner one says, do you like Dario Cueto and Lucha Underground? I think the guy's a genius. I think he's a great heel. General manager is one of the best heel general managers I've seen in a long time. Hands down, I like the character. Dan Lovewood says, Ellsworth is a god. Well, now a lot of people are probably like praising him as a god now because they saved everyone from having Daniels win the title. So, yeah, there's that. How do you think Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe will do if they ever make it to the main roster? Well, they will. I think they should do fine. There are definitely guys that WWE cannot screw up so easily. There are big names around the world, so it's really going to be hard to screw them over. WWE's really going to have to try. Samoa Joe, he's going to be a world champion. I can see him being a world champion, and Bobby Roode's going to be a world champion. If Bobby Roode's this over in NXT, imagine how he's going to be on the main roster. He's so over with the crowd. He's supposed to be heel, especially his theme song. that guy could be a world champion in less than 6 months. I can see it almost like same time as AJ Styles. So I can see them doing very well in the main roster. But if you're asking where they should go, I honestly think they'll both go on Raw, because Raw does need a star power. As much as I hate Raw, we need to help Raw in some way, shape, or form and help them get the reins up. And I think having Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe would be good heels, like fresh faces for like guys like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, guys like that to face. Wolf says, "You look like James Ellsworth, but with a chin. Are you related to him?" Well, first of all, you spell related wrong. So check your spelling. And in terms of your question, I'm not related. I have no idea who that guy is. I just knew about him when he first debuted freaking in that jobber match against Braun Strowman. So I'm not related to him. But I guess I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. I don't know how to really react to that one. Timmy says, "You're the definition of white trash." Well, you're the definition of freaking trash bag hose. So we're even. Papa, please do live reactions for when even Marie wins in town. I need to see that video. I'm sorry, I'm not doing live reactions, but that could happen. Ugh. I know. Ugh. Here's the thing, I'm not going to. But if it happens to happen on a pay-per-view that I happen to do live reactions on, then I'm gonna have no choice. So it just all depends on when she does win a title, if she ever does. I hope she doesn't. She better not, because she freaking sucks at this. Great job, pal. Thanks for answering the questions. Keep up all the good work. See ya. Appreciate it, Papa Fuli. But so I guess then that will be it then for the questions and comments. For the most part, you guys did a pretty good job. Thank you for the comments and questions. Besides one individual, I'm not going to mention that. But I know that though. Thank you guys for asking the questions and comments. Like I said, the pay-per-view was all right. The pay-per-view was not that good at all, but better than last year's. Like I said, first half was kind of boring and uninventive, but the last half I got better, especially with the main event. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. I would say next time. For right now, I'm probably thinking I'm going to do my Wrestler Talk video next on the Young Bucks. So that'll be the next video I would probably say I will be doing on this channel, will be the Young Bucks Wrestler Talk video. Or I'll probably do my fantasy card on the New Year's Revolution that Mitch and I are doing for Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. So, yeah, I would probably say about that. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. I'm just gonna one more thing. I'm going to do that and block. There you go. That person's not gonna come back. Yep, she won't come back, and she got reported. So there you go. We don't need any negativity on this channel. So what else I can say? Yes. So I'll probably say either the next video you guys will be seeing will be either a Wrestler Talk video of the Young Bucks, or you'll be seeing the New Year's Revolution match card that I am competing against with Mitch for Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. We're doing our own fantasy cards for that. So I'll probably say that will be the next thing. And in terms of the next pay-per-view review, I'll see Roadblock. And then for next live reactions, I'm going to say for now, Royal Rumble, unless maybe we do NXT San Antonio. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm going to go and watch Talking Smack because I'm a big fan of that. So take care, all my peeps, and I'll see you guys very soon.